Pew, 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 pew. Uh, yo, yo, what up, friends? I'm back. It's good to be back. I was at my parents' place for a bit. Um, so while we're just chilling here, I'm just gonna get some designing done. Uh, nice. Gotta clean up in here, yo. So I got uh it's a long drive to my folks' place, so I spent a lot of time thinking about the actual video, and I got some really fun ideas. So I'm excited to go through those. Um, it has been just under a month since my last video came out, so starting to feel the crunch of time. But it's okay. You know, I want to spend the time on this. I want this to be done right. So I'm not gonna rush. I'm not gonna sacrifice the quality. Like to an extent, obviously, I'm not gonna, spend months on this video, but I do want to make sure I'm getting the best video out of this within a reasonable time frame. Um, and yeah, I think we're gonna have a pretty cool video at the end of this. Okay, actually, I was I'm gonna bail on this for a second because I want to work on doing our leaf situation here. That's the wrong one. Call this old release mech. Just get rid of that. We don't need that. It's probably this one, isn't it? No, that's the trap door. Oh, should have gone to the bathroom. I need to go to the bathroom again. Oh, here we go. New release mech. Call this leaf mechanism. Man, I've been seeing some open source stuff lately. I really want to go. I really want to go one day. So I think all I need to do to make this work is just simply clear out some of this material. So if I sketch there and I project this and this, and then I get rid of, actually, can I just isolate? Yes. And then we'll take the axle here and we'll go tangent to that. So that's what I need to clear out, minimum. So let's just make it a little bit bigger. Let's do 32 millis. And then theoretically, that's it. So if I extrude, all of this, now that's going to clear. Isolate. So now we should have a nice little gap. Let's make this there so we can see. Yeah, so this is where that edge is, and when it moves, it's totally clear now. So that works. That works real good. So theoretically, I could print this now, but I was thinking, how am I going to print this? Because it's kind of an odd shape. Like if I print it on its side, this part's going to be sticking up quite a bit. It's going to be pretty weak. But I think I think that's how I have to print it, like on this surface. I kind of just want to go for it and see if this works. I think it'll work. I'm going to beef this out a little bit. So annoying. Give it a little more bone structure. What are we even cutting here? Is that going to be a problem? No, not a problem at all. Okay, so a little awkward looking now, but that's okay. It's stronger for sure. So I want to go ahead and print this. Oh my god. Yeah, let's replace it. And then let's do the H2D. Oh yeah, I printed 200 of these mice. Okay, what do we got? I guess I'll print it in black. And yeah, so that's the auto configuration. That seems right. So it will need support. 32 grams. Okay. Um, so we'll print it in black, and then we'll add support. On build plate only. Support interface, PETG. That's what's annoying, is it's adds so much more material. Yeah, this went from a 30-gram print to a almost 100-gram print. And I don't love that. So, let's not do this. Let's make this multiple pieces, and we screw it together, I think. So I'm going to undo everything we just did. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to undo it all. So we do have quite a bit of material here. Also, okay, while nobody's here, I'm just going to go to the bathroom quick. 1 second. Okay. We got a busy week. Um, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to stream a lot actually because my folks are coming up and I'm going to be down the hill a lot. Um, but I'm going to try because this is also the week where I'm going to try and get the most done. Um, what I'm thinking is I've got some 3M screws, so they're real small. Hopefully small enough that I could fit 2 on here. Or I could just do one of these and have some sort of like little interface layer. Maybe let's try and do that. So split this body. Why aren't you letting me split? Okay, we're gonna split this body. Okay. I can't isolate. I can just isolate this. Oh, okay. The problem is the second I make these multiple pieces, now there's going to be weakness there. And this part needs to be strong. So we got to figure that out. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. We're going to need to figure that out. I was thinking maybe to kind of reduce the friction, I could extrude this down a little bit, just the middle section. So then the only parts that are actually touching is here and here. But there's still a ledge there so that when there's weight on here, no mouse will be able to push through there. Not that I think they'd be able to anyways, but just nice to have that ledge. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another shape here that I can connect at the top. That's just a lot of material. We're thinking about printability here, folks. That is the name of the game. And this is not a very printable guy right now. Because here's what I'm thinking, right? We could add another feature here. And another feature. Like there. And then let's play with these a little bit. There's an additional little leafy guy. All right, just something like that. And then why aren't you completing? There we go. And it'll kind of look like a little balcony. However, it's going to block arguably the most crucial view. But this would definitely give it like a lot more torque. this also makes it now. See, the thing about doing all this now is like, are we basically adding that extra 70 grams that I was trying to avoid anyways? That's what's kind of annoying about this. All we really need to do is prevent the twisting from happening, right? And so my issue is that this piece has such a small joining force to this piece. Like there's a lot of twisting that can happen here and here, especially if these are separate pieces and there's just a screw holding it together. But I want to try something. Could add a little porch. What up, boat? How you doing? You having a good weekend? Nice. Nice. I just got back from my folks last night, so wanted to get right in here, get this gondola finished. Um, I got a buddy coming by tomorrow who's going to help me get this bottom station installed. So today I just want to finish up the release mechanism. And I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow, so I figured I would get the streaming in today. Oh, actually. So right now I'm just trying to add rigidity to this because I've realized um, so I've realized I was trying to print this just a second ago, and when I print it like this is kind of the orientation that it's going to print. And unfortunately, this piece alone is only like 30 grams of filament, but I need support for this top piece. And so as soon as I add support, it needs a prime tower. And as soon as I add a prime tower, this whole thing jumps up to, with this support, jumps up to 97 grams, which is ridiculous. I guess, let me actually just see. What if I did the support out of the same material? I mean, I could just do that and just sand that away. That might be an option. But my main concern is, you know, this is the lever, Gronk, and it's going to want to twist this. This part's going to feel a lot of twist, and it might not release on this end. So my thinking was twofold. Why don't I print this in 3 parts? So this part, and this part. And then I can bolt them together. Unfortunately, though, bolting together the way it was before, I've added this little porch, and you'll see, I'll explain why. Bolting it together before only weakens the joints here and will just allow it to twist even more than if it was a solid piece. So now I'm thinking, okay, let's just extend it out. Let's add a little porch here. It'll look like a little feature porch or like a step or something. But in reality, the reason is so that I can get a bolt here and out here, and then all the twisting will be gone. That'll really solidify the twisting force. I'm hoping. So that's my plan right now. And we can make it look kind of cute with some fillies here. Just like that. And then we'll be able to get a bolt in there and there. Now the only thing is, how tall is this? That's only 7.2 millimeters, and these bolts, the heads, the bolts are a bit bigger than that, so I think I have to make it bigger. Yeah, these are 9 mil. So, okay. Good to know. So can I just bump these up considerably? Like 5 more mils? Just make it a big chunky boy. Oops, that was stupid. Okay, whatever. I'll just make it all one piece right now, and then I'll split it again. So if we make that chunky, I should be able to get a bolt. Should be able to get a bolt here. And then another one here. And then what do we need? We need 5.2 and we need 4.8. Right, so that was my concern, but luckily it's on the bottom side of the fulcrum, so if anything bumps into that, it's only pushing the lock in to the trapdoor more. That's why I went with a porch out this way. Originally, before you joined, I tried to add rigidity up here, but that would then be a good spot for any little branch to just hit it and release it prematurely. So this way, it's below, and if we run into anything, it will it'll just bump into the car. It won't actually release. It could, yeah. Maybe if I add like a little bit of like a boat sort of shelf thing or something, so that it won't get super caught. But yeah, I mean, it definitely is a catch point. I'm not too worried about that because the whole car itself will be on a pivot, so it should be able to release itself. But we'll have to test that for sure. Okay. So let's extrude this all the way through. Boom. Let's then extrude this only through this. I guess we can go there. I got some brain fog going on today. Let's get rid of these sketches. Let's split this body. Split it there. Okay. And let's split this body. Split it there. Okay. Yeah, my folks on the video side of things, if you have like a GoPro, you can make a mount for that one. I'm gonna make a phone. I don't have a GoPro, but I'm gonna send my phone down, so I'm gonna have a separate car built for a phone. But you're right, I could just attach the phone to this porch. The only thing is then that'll affect how well the mechanism works. But it might be a good shot, actually. Oh, well, I got some stuff this weekend. I'll show you. So we designed our own mouse trap for this, and it's just like a drop mouse trap, right? Nothing fancy. Excuse me. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. We'll have to think about that. So yeah, this is a basic trap. Oh, Streamboo, get out of here. Insufficient passing as far as I'm concerned. But originally I wanted to use a different trap mechanism, and it was like quite complicated, so I ended up not doing it. But at Princess Auto, I discovered they have like a surplus section. They had all these traps there, so I ended up buying one. And this trap, pretty small, but this isn't the actual trap. The actual trap is this tiny little thing. And this is the one that has like a trap door, so when they walk in, the door flips up and they can't get back out, and so they're forced to have to walk through. I can take this little trap piece out of this. It's just got a couple little tabs that I can just bend. And so one of the cars is going to have this trap, and then the other two cars will have the drop trap. So we'll be able to actually compare and see which trap is better. This one's smaller. This one takes up less space than this trap. So that'll be interesting to see. Additionally, I got this fat 1/2 inch threaded rod, and so I'm going to use this on the top bow wheel to tighten the whole thing. So I'll just have this basically bolted right into the bow wheel frame, and then on this end I'll have a hole drilled in a board and then some sort of knob that you can just rotate, and then it'll push the bow wheel back so I can tighten the cable with this. So that's going to be really easy and really strong and really nice. Yeah, these are like the most generic mouse traps you can get, and I think they're going to be like, it's obviously going to be effective. So it'll be interesting to see if it's more effective or the same. But it should definitely work, which I like. And then I got a few little hardware things. Excuse me. So I got some of these crimpy bits. And what I like about this, it has the double ones, but there's also some single ones in here. So I can use the single ones when I finally figure out my exact cable length and do the proper splice. And then I can crimp the splice with these single ones. Single mouse bent plastic tube trap. Oh, I don't know that one. And then I got these wire clamps that are screw-in, so we'll use this when we first wrap the cable around the whole system, and I can just tie the cable to itself with these temporarily to kind of get an estimated length. And then I got our two 5-inch 1/4-inch screws that are going to be the mounting point. This guy here. So we got some stuff happening. Sorry, it's gross. Okay, let's carry on with this. Yeah, I think everything's gonna work out great. So today I want to just finish this mechanism. I was looking for something I could use to actually clamp the gondola to the cable. There's nothing. You know, I went into the big city and I went to the stores there that are supposed to have the stuff I need, but they didn't have anything that I thought would work. So I think we're gonna print something and use zap straps. I feel like, just thinking about it, I feel like that's gonna be the most effective, and we'll design that once we get this release mechanism printing. Oh, and while I was gone, I printed 200 of these little mice models that I made the other day. I don't think you were there, but because I'm gonna have in the video, I'm to explain sort of the strategy that these mice use to take over properties and the strategies to eradicate them. I'm gonna build a big war table with like the push sticks, and like these will be the little mouse emblems. These will represent the mice on the property, and I did them hollow, so there's only one wall shell, and they're no infill, so that because at one point I'm going to say, like, you know, the typical method for getting rid of mice is to eliminate them. And so I can smash these with a hammer and they explode, which is really funny. But yeah, I got so many of these now, so it's gonna be very fun. This video, I'm gonna go all out on like cinematic representation. I want to do all the tropes, and I want to really try and show, not tell, because that is pretty common criticism with my videos, is I talk too much in them. So I want to have visual representations as much as possible for everything. Yo, a ragamuffin, what's going on? Yeah, I got back from my folks' place yesterday, and I got a buddy coming out tomorrow to help me go down the hill, clear the area. Excuse me, and install the lower station. So I probably won't stream tomorrow because we'll be having some beers while we do it and probably hang out after. So that's my pay. That's his payment for helping me out. So I wanted to get a stream in today, and I wanted to get the release mechanism figured out and printed, and the hanger mechanism figured out and printed, and just put a photo or animation on the war table. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could do that. I could theoretically, if you guys want, I could just set up my computer kind of where we were when I was building the station up the hill here. I could set up the computer just looking down the hill, and maybe you'll see us a little bit if you wanted to. If you mention the option of paying a professional to remove them, just vacuum them. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. God, I might need an allergy pill, to be honest. I was hoping to avoid it today. I'm trying not to take them so much, but allergies have been so bad this year. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I totally watched just the scenery around where we are, but yeah, luckily down the hill it's like completely shaded. So down the hill I'm pretty good. But we're gonna have to carve a path right through the sunshine to get down there, so it will be hot. He'd be fine with it, I think. He said he doesn't want to be on camera. I asked him if he wanted to be in the video, and he said no. He doesn't want to be in the video. But yeah, I'll talk to him. I'll see what he thinks. Free labor. Okay, what am I doing again? Oh yeah. Not one-sided. Above ground. Yeah, basically I just need to help them flatten out the area, remove some topsoil and that kind of thing. And then I think I'll do a fillet here. Yes. Oh, I'll do the same here. Nice. So a ragamuffin, I was just explaining to Boat, in order to print this, I realized it doesn't make sense to print this in one piece, because then I have to add support here, and the support adds a ton of material, and it just kind of feels like a waste. So instead, I'm breaking this into 3 pieces. So there's going to be this leaf piece, there's going to be a porch piece, and then there's going to be the other side release mechanism. And the reason I added this porch is I have to screw these together. And if I just have one screw on either side, the twisting that would be possible, it would just be very likely to twist. So by adding this porch, we can add 2 screws. It'll add a lot of rigidity to the system. And because it's below the fulcrum point here, if anything does hit into this on the way down, it's just pushing the mechanism back into the locked position more. So I think this is a nice solution. We will see. But all of these pieces can be printed flat. So I can make them real strong. And then the other issue too is if I were to print this all in one piece, the layer lines on this part would be going this way. And so that would be very breakable. But now I can print this one flat. So the layer lines here go this way, and then the layer lines here go this way. So it's just a lot more strength overall. Yeah, and I think it's got a cool look to it, a good profile, right? Sorry I'm sniffly, guys. I hate these allergies so much. Another thing I did, it's really subtle. I actually lowered, so you could see here on this side of the release mechanism is higher than here. And then same with this side. So realistically, when the floor's in, it's only actually touching on the 2 edges. So there's going to be minimal friction along the center. But there's still a ledge there, so if there's enough mice in here and there's weight, it'll still be supported there. But I'm hoping this will help reduce any friction. Nice. Thank you. Should I put a fillet here as well? Just like a little subtle one? Maybe I'll do it. Let's see what this looks like. Just a subtle little thing there. I strive for sexiness in my designs. That is what I strive for. Okay. So then all I need to do on this side is add some 5.2s. Oh, I think they can rock it all they want. It's not going to do anything. I was thinking of a video. Oops. I was thinking of a video about trying to design the sexiest instrument. And I think it would just be really funny to kind of like include a tier list of like sexiest instruments, because like I think guitar is like pretty well considered a pretty sexy instrument. And like saxophone is considered a sexy instrument, but like flute and like that kind of thing is not considered a sexy instrument. So I think it'd be really funny. And then like trying to figure out what makes these instruments sexy and what makes the instruments not less sexy, and then trying to design one that's like the ultimate attractive thing. Yeah, cello's really good. And I think cello's really good because it's like you're hugging something almost. And so it's like an embrace. And guitar, obviously, it's because it's like, right in the groin area. It's just like this big thing. I think I think it's a funny idea, but I haven't thought about what the actual sexiest instrument would be like, so I have to kind of figure that out. But that'll be for another day. I'm gonna add the most subtle little fillies here, just like that. Yeah, well, and that's the funniest part about it, I think, would be the fact that like it's so not it's completely subjective, but you could make the tier list feel extremely objective, and I think that would be really funny for the comments. Anger a lot of people in a really funny way. Um okay. So I think I can print this now. I actually think I want to continue. No, 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 that looks good. I like that. That's just less material too. So small side. Oops. Too lazy to just retype that. And I think what would be like the difficult part of that video would be the fact that people are what make certain instruments sexy, I think. So like a brand new instrument is almost never like it almost has no chance, and that's what I think would be really fun. Well, let's get more uptight over time. If you're not careful, French horn stays hard to play. Yeah, theremin, exactly. Oh, and my wife brought up. I think the funniest point of all of this is a double neck guitar is like not sexy. It's really dorky, but it would be super sexy if you had 3 arms or 4 arms, because otherwise you just have, there's always a neck that's not in use, and so it's like it makes it look super dorky. But you know it's such a good example because a regular guitar is super sexy. But as soon as you add a second neck to it, it's not. But then if you had another arm, it would be again. As All right, so let's get these in. No. Auto. This one we want to. Oops. What have I done? Yes. And then we don't need supports. so then we can get rid of this. What is happening? Why can't I get rid of this? Bamboo's being weird right now. Okay, there we go. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. Oh, me and fizzy drinks. Correct. Yeah, the table just goes up and down. Okay, so we'll do 2 loops on this, and we'll do maybe 15% infill. So it ends up being 84 grams, but I had only one wall and stuff earlier, so this is fine. So let's just go ahead with that. Oh, feeling kind of weird right now. I don't know why. Okay, give me one second. No, I I didn't get the car motor. The window motor. I went to a store that I've seen them there, but it has a surplus section and that's where it is, and they didn't have it this time. So I didn't get one. I have an old car on the property. I'm gonna go rip the window motor out of that, or I might use the windshield wiper motor. Um, I have to go look. Yeah, so it was a bit of a bust, but I did get some other stuff, and I was showing boat already. Um, got some of these clamps or these rope sleeves, so I can clamp it. I also printed 200 little mice. So I have so many of these. And I did a smash test on it, and they explode when you hit them with a hammer, which is perfect. Oh, that's a good idea. I wonder how long that would last. They probably have like heavy duty heat shrink. That's a really good idea. Um, it's really warm in here. I'm like feeling a little not too great, but I just need to drink more water. I think I overdid it with the Coke there. Uh, okay, so we got that printing. So while that's printing, we could start working on this part and the arm. Oh, there we go. You know, I have an air conditioning unit, but it's just been sitting in storage for so long, so I'd have to like clean it out. Um, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that right now because that's like, it's one of those things where, yes, it would be helpful, but where is this piece? Yes, it would be helpful, but the amount of effort I'd have to go through it would make me warmer. So it's kind of like, I'm not ready for that yet. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll see. It's actually not that hot today. Um, but I was working outside. We were gardening a little bit today, so I got a little warm. Uh, just give me a second. I just need to like. Oh, picked up this too. Tiny little mousetrap. This is the mousetrap unit. I think I was showing this on stream at one point. I could pull this little unit out, and so we're going to do one gondola with this unit, and then the other two will have the DIY one, and we'll compare them, see which one works better. I think that'll be cool to see. And this is way smaller than the trap we actually put on the thing, so it's kind of cool. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? Just give me a second. I'm just gonna grab a bite. I feel like I just need like a little bit of just like something in my stomach. Just give me like a couple minutes, and then I'll be right back. Okay, back feeling little nourished now, much better. Unjust bubbles. I actually didn't even realize that this is literally called just bubbles. I didn't know what you were necessarily referring to, but that's very funny. Um, unjustified waters. Okay, so oh yeah, and so I want to run an idea by you guys. Um, there's I've been thinking about this video a lot, and so like I drove like down to my parents' house, which is 3 hours away, but it took me like 5 hours to get there on Friday because of traffic, and then like another 3 hours back. So I was driving for like 8 hours. So I had a lot of time to think, and I really want to. I want to have a lot of fun with the making of this video. So I've been thinking about some different scenes that we can include to tell the story without me just without it just being a regular I built this type of video. So sorry, those just bubbles are coming up. Um, so I was thinking about making like an ad because I was thinking once I'm done building the gondola, I'll say something like, "All right, now I just have to convince the mice that they're to actually want to use this thing." And so I was thinking about setting up a little fish tank with a green screen on 3 of the 4 sides so I can film the mice inside the tank and then green screen what looks like a little mouse living room with a little TV. Yeah, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Exactly. And so I'll have it so like the mice are like scrolling through the TV and then they stumble upon the ad and it'll just be like this really poorly produced ad for this gondola. Um and I'll even like put little voices on the mice so they're like contemplating, oh, like this seems like a good little fun little trip we could have. Um and then it can cut to the security camera footage of them actually getting trapped by the thing, but I'll overlay like airplane loading sounds. So like now boarding group number 1. And so like, just have a little more fun with it. Um but the ad will be so much fun to make, I think. Oh yeah, okay. So that those were my those were my little 8 hours of driving. Those were my ideas. Um, Now I went to a bunch of stores to try to find something that can clip onto this cable, and I came back with nothing. No real good solution with our special overhead. Yeah, exactly. Just stuff like that. Just make it really goofy. Um, and I was thinking about, doing it sort of like Rick and Morty style, where it's like clearly not rehearsed, just poorly done. Um, but I don't want to rip it off too much. But I think it would be funny to do it like that. So I couldn't find anything that would work well for this. So we're gonna have to make something from scratch, and I'm really attached to the idea of using a zap strap because zap straps are super low profile, really easy to install, really easy to remove if need be, and I think it'll work. So I just want to kind of explain the idea I have. I was hesitant to use a 3D printed connection point here because it would be weak. However, I have this 1/16th thick piece of PLA, and like, yeah, this is quite bendy. But the cable is an 1/8 inch, so it's twice as thick as this. And then on top of that, we can add some more. What do you mean boat? We can add some more material. So I want to show you. So I'm thinking about essentially a stick that comes out. Oh yeah, a zap strap. It's so weird that you guys don't call them zap straps. I think you guys call them zip ties, right? These guys. Zap strap. It's so funny. That's what I've called them my entire life, and everybody here calls them a zap strap. Yeah, a zip tie. So here's the plan. So I'm thinking we start with a stick that is an 1/8 inch thick, and it has a little groove that the cable sits in. And this will be the zip tie interface. And so what I'm thinking is we cut out. Just bear with me. This is going to be a little hard to explain initially, but I've been thinking about this a lot. This was also what I was doing on the 8-hour drive. So we're going to carve out. Actually, let's do it like this. We're going to carve out a space like this. Okay. And then we will have, I don't know what size zip tie I will be using. But we'll just make this fairly large. Actually, not too large. Ooh, tie wrap? I do not like tie wrap. Tie wrap. So, what I like about this, right? Because there's a little bit of a space here now, the tie will go through this hole, wrap around the cable, and then you can tighten it. And what I like about this is because of this little space, the tie can slightly pull the cable in, and that will lock this in place. What's great about this is even though this is quite wide, and so it's going to offer quite a bit of rigidity, the actual only point where it's connected to the cable is right in the middle. So during the straight paths where the cable's straight, it's going to be contacting at all these points, and the zip tie will be pulling it tightly. But when it goes around the bull wheel, which is like this, and then the cable inevitably wraps around the bull wheel, it's not fighting how wide this is because it's only actually attached here. So the cable's free to kind of like bend out from this large flat surface. And then on top of this, we can also extrude this out another 1/8 of an inch. Oops, 1/8 of a foot. And then we can actually extrude this out 1/16 of an inch. Boom. Oops. fillets here. So now this top part is offering support on the cable from the top side. So this will help, oops. This will help prevent any twisting in this direction on the cable, because the top supports will be supported, or the edges, like we're getting top support along this whole edge. Okay. And then, so what this does is now, as this goes over the rollers at certain points, the cable is still, it's free to go over the roller completely. And it shouldn't really get like too bunged up. But then when it goes underneath the roller at the bottom, all we have to do is add a bit of a ramping situation to this. So we can even extend these out further. And then ramp this. And the idea with this is I'm basically trying to sort of recreate what these ones do. You can see here, right? They've got that ramp. And that's what allows it to pretty seamlessly go through the rollers. Yeah, like that. This is a great photo. So that can go, that seamlessly go, the rollers just roll right over top of this. And so we're trying to kind of do the same thing where the roller can just roll right over top of it. So this is what I'm thinking for the initial design. In fact, we can just like keep making this stronger by, oops. Oh. Okay, I gotta split this body here. Let's do 8. So yeah, like we can continue to make this wider and wider, thus stronger and stronger, because the only thing that's actually holding it is this part. So the wideness doesn't get affected by it going around the bull wheel. And I think this is going to be pretty good. I don't know, but I feel like it'll be pretty good. And then what we can do is we can extrude this part out to like here for like a lot of extra strength. Let's add a nice, oh, that doesn't look that good. Well, it looks fine actually. Actually, now that we've got... Oh, yeah. No, that's not going to work. What if we did this fillet first? And then we added this fillet after. Maybe that looks a little bit better. I don't know. Oh, my back. And then again, we can fillet this guy, and then we can... Okay, oops. What? Add extra support there. You know what I mean? So like this would be a pretty strong thing, I think. And actually what I'm thinking is maybe instead of doing these fillets, I go like this, extrude this forward. And all I need to be worried about here is making sure like the actual wheel, when it rolls over this, there's enough space depending on how thick the wheel is. I think that'll be fine. Even like that, like making it pretty strong. New body. And then I'm thinking we can cut away. I don't know what that just asked me. I was way too lazy to read that. Okay, so I'm doing this so I can once again print this in multiple pieces, because I think being able to print that thing flat is going to be the ultimate way to strengthen this bad boy. So we'll have something like this. And then that guy slots in. And then what do we need? 9 millimeters? 9 millimeters. 9 millimeters. Let's bring these in a little bit. Maybe make the distance from here to here like... Let's make that also 9, just so we're... Let's make that also 9. Okay. What do you guys think about this? Is this like kinda 5.2? Is this gonna work or what? 5.2. 4.8. 4.8. No idea. Yes, same. Um, unfortunately, you know, I'm kind of resorting to this. 2 sides. So, you know, we'll give it a little bit of room there. Like that. Beautiful. this and this, and this one can go all the way through. Let's just go all the way through. Who cares? So these bolts will hold this plate really tight. And this way we can kind of try some different materials as well for the plate part if need be. But this will be able to print flat and be super strong. I've been given the task of making rice in the rice maker, so I'm washing and washing and washing rice. I will be using a zap strap. I know I know that rice washing rice can be a real pain for sure. So the only thing that I don't love about this is I would have to print this circular piece on its face technically. I mean, I guess I could just print it on this. If I print it on its face, then the layer lines are going this way, which isn't great. Just many times. So the strap's just going to go right around here. And there's a little gap here so that when the strap is tightened nicely, it'll kind of pull the cable into that gap, thus creating like a little bit of a tight spot for it. That's how it can tighten on this, and so it won't. So this whole thing won't slide. And yeah, I can just print. I mean, I can just print this flat. What I can even do is just add like, I'll just add a bit of a flatness here. Yeah, I'm doing that so that I can print this cylinder flat on this face. That way the layer lines are going this way as well. So that's ultimate strength because there's going to be a lot of force on this cylinder. Now, this is kind of the weird part. How concerned should you be about the strip of 3D print between the strap and the cable? It's likely to crack under the tension from the strap. This little strip, yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. Maybe let's make it a little bit thicker. I honestly I don't have a zap strap on me right now. So I should probably just grab one and measure it and then make it the exact size. And then we can have this being. Yeah, well, from my experience, it's honestly pretty surprising how strong this stuff can be. When you print it at 100% infill, it feels like near indestructible. Because when you think about most plastic parts, I think a lot of people, the idea of plastic is that it's weak because a lot of the parts that we get that are made of plastic have been injection molded. And when you injection mold stuff, you can't have really thick sections of plastic because after injection molding, the plastic likes to shrink and stuff. So the more plastic you have, the more it's prone to shrink or change shape. So injection molded parts are often really, really thin as a result. And I think that's the idea of why plastic parts break. But when you print them, you can print them solid. And a solid plastic piece, like this piece of plastic here, how thick is this actually? Yeah, this is 1.7 millimeters thick, and our cable is 3 point something millimeters thick. So this is half the thickness of the cable, and this is a solid piece of plastic, and it is very bendy. But as soon as you double this up, it's like crazy strong, and we're quadrupling the thickness for a majority of this. Like this, the overall thickness of this is 4 times as thick as this. This will break if I were to like. Well, and that's the other thing. Like plastic doesn't really just break that easily, right? Like it's gonna. There we go. Now it breaks. Yeah, and like obviously this is a super long piece, right? So like breaking that was pretty easy. Breaking this is going to be pretty easy because it's pretty long. But like, you know, if you tried to break it here, it's really hard. And this gondola isn't that heavy. The mice that are going to be in there aren't that heavy. So I'm feeling like this could work. Not 100% sure, but I just want to, you know, we obviously have to test it. So I'm going to try this first, and we'll see. So on top of this, I need a pivot. And originally I was going to just have a screw that sticks out of there, and then you can just hang this whole arm via this keyhole, kind of like we did down here. But the problem with having a single keyhole is this whole thing, because it's cantilevered, right? The way this ends up sticking straight out like this is a result of the weight being distributed evenly down here. But as a result, there's going to be a lot of torque at this fulcrum point right here. It's going to want to, this is going to want to constantly be pulled down like this. And so we need to fight that. And so one single keyhole is not going to fight that very good. So I need to add 2. If as soon as you attach 2 points, like one up top here and one here, now it's going to have a really good chance of fighting that torque there. But the problem is then it won't pivot anymore. So I need to like create a pivot first, and then off that pivot add the 2 hanging points, if that makes any sense. If it did break on the gondola attachment point, could you heat up a nail and poke it through the green plastic as a replacement for that thinnish strip? Yeah, and I was thinking about that too. Like, you know, theoretically, if this part was made of metal instead of plastic, we would be so golden. And if that's what I was basically looking for. I was basically looking for, when I went to the stores this weekend, I was looking for something that was like metal like this. And obviously just a metal bar would be fine, but then getting this groove on the side would be really hard. Now, we could cast something. Do a what's it called? Basically just use the PLA as a mold and do a metal casting where it destroys the PLA part and replaces it with metal. So there are options like that, or take a piece of metal and actually try and just like file out that groove. But I'm kind of feeling like the plastic is going to be fine, and you know that saves me a lot of headache if that's the case. So I want to try this, and then we can pivot if we need to. Lost wax method, exactly. Yeah, lost plastic molding, injection molding. And then I just thought of another issue. By printing this cylinder flat, I'm going to need to put supports in here, which isn't that big of a deal, but I am going to have to add some clearance here. So let's go minus 0.2 there. And then, oops. Same with this. Minus 0.2. And then I'm also probably going to just get rid of these. Yeah, nice. So there's going to be a little bit of a gap. And then we're going to probably want to put like a really subtle fillet here so I can jam it in there. And then, of course, when you bolt this together, it'll kind of clamp it. The cylinder must remain unharmed. That's one of the... that is one of the best references. That one I get. That one I get. Oh, that's so funny. So, yeah, my thinking is we have to add a pivot here. And it can't be the actual arm. There has to be a secondary arm that has a very sturdy pivot. And I think a bolt is a good pivot. It's just if it's a keyhole, this is going to be loosey-goosey. And we don't want loosey-goosey. We want it to be nice and tight. So I might even need to use I really don't want to have to use a bearing. I don't think I'll need to use a bearing. I think if I do a screw with a big washer and then just make the hole through here pretty tight, I think we'll be good. So like we can make it this exact size, I'm thinking. And let me get rid of this. And we're going to insert, oops. Oh, I'm like offline. Yeah, why am I offline right now? Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Yeah, the gondola is definitely most of the weight. The gondola is like close, probably. It's probably like almost maybe a pound or two. Yeah, it's maybe like a pound and a half. I can easily calculate that. I just haven't yet. So I'm going to rely on like all of this meat. So I'm going to try and find... Actually, wait. Let me measure how much meat we got. Yo. 31.4 millimeters. 32 millimeters is 1.2 inches. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with either a 1 inch or 1.5 inch screw. Because this bolt has 20 millimeters of thread, and then I want the pivoting part to happen on this unthreaded portion. Obviously, this bolt's insanely long. Oh, actually, this is quite interesting. So what we can do, I could use like a 2-inch screw or even a 2.5-inch screw. Okay, let's go with this. Let's just bear with me. 1/4 hex head. Let's do 2.5 inch because I know that's available. Partially threaded. Nice. Aw. Okay, 2.5 partially threaded. And so this seems like it's really long, but, oh, that's the wrong way. That is okay because we can go boom to boom. What? There we go. So I actually like this being a little longer, and this might seem counterintuitive, but we can. So we'll make it so this screws in maybe like that much. 4.5. Oh wait, that's okay. Never mind. That's an arbitrary number. How big is this hole? Is this going to be exactly 1/4 inch? Oh, it's not going to tell me. Okay, great. I'm just thinking that the balance torque on the attachment point might have depended on the number of mice caught, but that's my hope as well. Okay, yeah, 6.35. Okay, yeah, so we'll just aim with we'll do that. 6.35. That is exactly a 1/4 inch. So we can go like this. Whoa, are you kidding me? It's fine. It Let's turn the opacity down on this bad boy for a second. So what we can do is, oh, actually, I should add a, what is the, wait. Let's get rid of this. Let's project the inside of this thread. How big is this? Is this also 4.8? 4.7. So let's go 4.8. The weird thing is these are number 10s. These aren't 1/4 inch, and I've been doing 4.8s. These are way smaller. But it should be fine. So I will tap these. I will tap these holes and drill these holes. So what we're going to do is we're going to extrude. Why isn't, what? Very confused. I'm going to just do a new sketch because I don't know what's going on with this. So we're going to go with 1/4 inch, boom, and then we're going to go 4.8, boom, finish. We can get rid of this guy for a second. We can extrude this all the way through. And then I want to make this visible again we're going to change the... Actually, I can just get rid of... Oh, no, I need... This is like so tedious. Extrude. Okay, good. Now I can grab this. We can hide this body for a second. Extrude this back to where the threads stop. Go like this. Go like this. Go like this. Okay. I think it might be less tedious than washing rice. So we have a hole in here. You can see the hole that goes through this whole thing is this part here. I will tap, so it'll be threaded for the 1/4-inch screw. And then this part here, this part of the hole, is the exact size of the shaft, the unthreaded portion of the screw. And so once you screw that screw all the way down, there's going to be a really nice support along the shaft. And then so yeah, you can see the screw's like going to be super supported. And all that is sticking out here now is this nice, clean, unthreaded portion, which will allow for a really good rotation. And then we can add washers. 1/4-inch washers. Let's do oversized. Corrosion resist. And like this will vary. I have to get the washers. So I don't exactly know how big they will. Like this doesn't seem oversized at all. That seems relatively undersized. It also doesn't seem like a 1/4-inch hole. Okay, let's find a bigger washer. Washer. 1/4-inch, oversized, corrosion resistant. Does it show me? Can I choose? Okay, outer diameter. Let's make it 1.5 inches. I don't know. Nice. Okay, that looks better. Yes, that's the right size. The hole, once again, looks a little bigger, but I guess that's... Oh no, this one looks right. This one looks right, so I don't know what the deal with that one was. But we'll add these. Like that. And then we'll add another one right up against this. Let's really make sure, because this bolt has all this weird stuff. Oh, I actually don't know what's going on there, but it's fine. So now, we're going to be left with, and the reason I went with a pretty long screw here is the longer it sticks out this way, the less ability the arm is going to be able to rack. So theoretically, we could do a super long screw, and then there's like 0 racking, but I think that's enough. And it's actually more than what the arm originally was, right? So that's going to offer quite a bit of support there. And so then now what we have to do is design a part, and I will literally just go like this and like this, and we'll make that a new body, and we'll make it red, Oh no, let's make it yeller. So now, oh, sorry. This will be just slightly undersized. In fact, let's make it, okay, 32 mils, I guess. Right, so there's a little bit of a gap on either side. The washers provide a nice friction-free environment for this because the washers will be able to rotate as well. So there's going to be a little bit of space between all these components. Not enough that this can really rack in any specific, like the tiniest little bit, but this will be able to rotate still. So it's not actually tight on there, but it's enough that it can rotate. And then from this point, we can go like this, create a sketch here, and once again, we will project this. And let's get rid of that washer. Let's get rid of this too. These are super annoying, but it's fine. So now we can build from here. We can build it down. Let's go 100 millis, right? And let's coincident this to this. So 100 mils, and then we'll go like this. And we'll add a 1/4 inch hole here, or we'll do a 4.8 again. Yes. And then we'll do a a 4.8 here. Let's maybe make these a specific distance apart. Let's go with 60 millis. Finish. Right, and then we have this, and then we can extrude this out. Maybe we'll only do it like... Let's just do like... Maybe let's do 20 mils. Okay. So... Let's get our bolt back so we can see it. Where are you at? There you are. Let's get our other washer back so we can see it. Huh. Where's the other washer? There. And then once again, we can use... So this whole setup stays on the gondola at all times. Now, when it's just sitting here without any gondola on there, it's gonna rotate and be kind of swinging down, but that's okay. That will be fine because it's only ever going to be it's never going to move without a gondola on there. Then we can insert another McMaster car component, and we're going to do 1/4-20s again. Hex heads. we're going to go with 1 inch. The 1 inch ones are always fully threaded, which is fine. And we are going to pop this into the model. Oh, you know what? I should maybe do like an 1.5 inches. Quarter 20 hex head. Inch and a half. Boom. Oh, what? No. It's still added this one, so we can delete this. Oh, and there's still a washer here too. Okay, we can delete this. And so we can grab our bolt. Rotate it. And then we can go point to point. So let's just grab that point and go right there with it. Okay. Nice, that looks great. And then we can grab this guy, create a copy, and slide them up. And then again, we'll go point to point with this point to there. Great. So now, I kind of regret that being so close. So this is really close to up here. It's going to be annoying. So let's change that to 50 mils. There we go. Did that change anything? I don't think that changed. Why wouldn't that change? No, it did. Yeah. So now with this, these bolts will be fastened tightly into there. And now our arm we can actually, no, let's not isolate. I don't know why I did that. The arm piece, maybe I'll make a new arm actually. No, let's not make a new arm. Let's just use this. Okay, I'm going to undo. I'm going to move this. Actually, let's make a new arm. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Actually, what I'll do, oh my god, I'm so indecisive. Let's go from this point across. Why would that not be straight? Why would that not be straight? I don't like that. Okay, that's making me want to build a new arm from scratch. So we can sketch on this surface. We can project this whole thing. We can hide this boy. We can hide this boy. that. Wait, 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 wait. Oh no. Oh no. What do we want to make this? We want to make this 4.8. Okay, let's just see where we're at here. So we grab this, we extrude this, we extrude this. Extrude this, 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 and then this, and this. And then we stick this out. What did we say, 20? Yeah, let's do 20. New body. 20 mils. Boom. We add a fillet here. These will be nice big fillets. I like the way the other arm looked actually. I'm gonna redesign this now that we have this. And I'll just sketch right on top of this. So I think we go up a ways. And I'm thinking, you know, I want to be able to like grab this pretty easily. And then we'll go from like here to there, sure. Kind of looks a little goofy. Maybe let's bring that down. Yeah, that looks better. We'll grab these. Boom. How long have we been up for? 2:17. Okay, pretty good. Finish. Boom to boom. Boom to boom. Fillet here and here. Make these pretty big. Fillet here. Make this pretty big. Just make it look somewhat substantial. Fillet here, here, and here. As well as here, here, and here. Something like that, probably. I think I need to make this come down more. And then I need to make this bigger. Just vibe designing, folks. This is nuts. Like this. No, actually. What do we do? Whoa. There we go. Pretty beefy. A little too beefy. It's a little too beefy. So maybe let's grab this. Bump it up more. Grab this, bump it up more. I just want this to look nice. This piece shouldn't be thicker than all of that, so let's bring this down again. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Not sure how I feel about this yet. But anyways, so that's the plan, right? And then we'll no, I think this looks dumb actually. Will it look better with these rounded? Don't love it. What if I press pull this in a bit more? I just want to have like quite a bit of material in the top and the bottom of this because this is where there's going to be a lot of force. And ultimately, I think it'd be really cool if this sort of like curved. Actually, that would just be really annoying to print though. So we won't do that. What is that? Okay, let's get rid of you. And then where's our 5-inch? Because I did add a 5-inch screw here, didn't I? Okay, I'm just going to add another one. So I can make sure. 1/4-20 hex head. 5-inch. Partially threaded. Point to point. Point to this point. Okay, and I need to make this 20%. And then I need to move this. Nope. What? Okay, so we got quite a bit of material here. I wonder if I should make this kind of like go in. Is that worth doing? Is that worth doing? I think what I'll do right now, maybe before we get like too into this, because I want to spend some time to make this look good. Let's print these two pieces. So we're going to call this the mounting cylinder. And then we're going to call this the cable plate. And then we can go, and actually that print just finished, which is nice. So I'll just print it. Auto. Okay, so this one I want to lay on this face. Ultimately, I'll print these out of different colors because I think it'll be really cool to see all the different parts. But for right now, we will definitely be just doing these out of, maybe I'll do them out of white just because I have a little bit more white. Let's slice this. I'm going to need to do supports on this. Enable support. We'll make the interface PTG. Slice. Let's do not on build plate only. Let's let it fill this area with support. Oh, you're still going to do it like that? What if I did normal auto? Okay, style snug. Nice. Yeah, that works for me. I'm not going to print this at 100% infill yet because I just want to see if I can get a good sort of indication on how strong this will be. But I do want to increase the wall thickness. Maybe 4 walls, just so that this chunk is solid. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to pull nestled in gently style. Just do it nicely, please. I'll go grab our... So while this is printing too, we can start installing the release mechanism on this. So let me grab that quickly. It's actually a lot beefier. It's a lot beefier than I thought it was going to be. Now, I'm realizing... Oh, no, that works. That works. Okay, this will work for now. So we can go like this. Okay, let me get this printing now. So we can start screwing this together. You can paint PLA. It's better to just obviously print it out of the right color. So like I have green ABS. I just didn't want to print with ABS while I was in here. So I will print the relief mechanism out of green ABS for sure. But I do believe lots of people will paint, but you have to like use like a primer, and then I don't know. I don't know how good it looks without. So that is very strong, which I love. Actually don't need the long ones on this side. I can go with some little shorties on this side. No. Worst streamer of all time. Worst streamer of all time award goes to Jeff. That's Super Valid Designs for never showing what he's doing on camera. Oh, congratulations. Worst streamer of all time. Do you see that Restream IO thing that we received 100 messages today? Or is that just on my end? I love. We reach that pretty much every stream, which I love. You guys are okay. You guys are the real heroes of this stream. You guys keep things going. Okay, this feels real sturdy, and it looks nice. Now, box nice down there. I'm just gonna take the door out for a second. Oh God. So trapdoor works. That will thread in nice. I'm assuming I'm gonna need to drill these holes. Oh no. Ooh, I don't even have to drill. Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yes. Oh no. No. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I mean, it's kind of a big deal for this prototype. These screws can't be sticking out. So I will have to reprint this entire wall to inset these screws. So remind me of that. But these screws aren't even doing anything anyways right now because I didn't print this one right. So I'm just going to pull these out. This is why we always have to prototype. Oh, you got an iPad keyboard? That's bouge. Bouge factor. I love it. Okay. Okay, so there's the support piece is gone now, unfortunately. But I think this will actually provide some support anyways, so we should be okay. We might even find out that we don't need that support if this works well enough, which would be kind of a cool thing. I could do that, and you're right. That's probably a better option than reprinting this just for a prototype. But for the official versions, we will accommodate that. God, this is the worst workbench of all time. Okay, for whatever reason, this side is a lot tighter than the other side. I might need to drill this. Let me just grab a... Oh. I'm just going to file it. Oh my god, this is right beside the microphone. I'm so sorry. You know what? So, oh, that'll work. That'll work. It'll be a little tighter than we want, but it'll totally work. And I'm just gonna screw this in and let the threads kind of ream it out a little bit. No, not the most unpleasant. It kind of, yeah, I guess it's got that nice sort of like high. No, actually, I don't know how to describe that. It sounds exactly like a file. Okay. So, this does provide some decent rigidity to the whole thing. For whatever reason, it doesn't really want to clamp on this. Like, it's like this floor is sticking out too much. Oh, there we go. So it's a little tight. So we got to change that. It's a little tight. But look at our little leaf. And then theoretically, oh, that worked so good. But I need to add some clearance to this because this is very tight. They totally could be the same screw. We would just have to slightly alter the design of the leaf. But that is correct. We could do that. We could do it that way. The only issue I can see with that is you want the screw to provide a clamping force between the wall and this piece, which sits in here. But you don't want the screw to provide a clamping force between the leaf and the wall. So maybe with some like spacer or something like that, we could achieve that pretty good. But yeah, that might be an option. But look at this. And honestly, it works so smoothly. The only issue I could see is right now it works like this is so easy to press. Well, actually, I think it'll be good. Like it's staying, right? As long as the gondola doesn't end up like... Oh, this is gonna work, guys. This is gonna work. This is actually gonna work, which is crazy. It just sucks to reset, so we'll just have to make it easier to reset. And really the only issue is I didn't add any tolerance between the floor and the part where the floor touches. I thought I did, but maybe I did and just not enough. But we can just file that for the prototype. But look at that. So any branch that does come by and hit this will it will trigger it. That works so good. And it looks good like this too. This was totally unintentional. This looks nice, I think. I think it looks really good. I love that it's a leaf. I might file it enough so that the leaf actually sticks out kind of forward like this, maybe. Well, actually, no, it's fine. Do you want to take the time to fiddle with it to make it work? It may not be worth the time. And 2, is there a screw with a threadless section near the head that could also... Yeah, so yeah, something without... Yeah, something like this, right? Where... So you're right. You're right, actually. We could maybe find a screw that has a... Oh, but then in order to provide that clamp force, you need some sort of head at the thread part. We'll think about it. Because it might be worth doing, but it also is really easy to just add a recess at this point to just have the screw in there. So, we can cross that bridge. You know, at this point, the goal is to just test this prototype out on the actual gondola. So we will. I just need to remember it. So if you can help me remind me that I need to fix that before I print the final versions, that would be good. I'll make a list. I should make a list, anyways. But this works. This works amazing. The release mechanism, like, there's quite a lot of friction on this. Like right now, this is a really tight trap door. And it's so easy. Like this takes like no force at all. It's actually crazy. So, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to come undone on its own, right? Oh, it does. But I mean, that's like, I don't think it's going to go through that much chaos. It would almost be nice if this was bi-stable. Loving this. Loving this so much. And again, anything that hits here is not going to do anything. But if anything hits up here, it will. But that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. Yeah, I am loving this. This is turning out really cool. Like this in green will be so nice. These walls in different colors. Like a white one's kind of nice. I might just keep this prototype one as one of them, and then we can figure it out. But I want to cut the glass out soon as well, or the acrylic. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. This is so fun. So we got to finish. Oh yeah, so we got to finish the hanger. So these are the new 5-inch screws that I got, and you can see when they go in, the thread fully sticks out. It's actually crazy how that's exactly like the model. So we have this set and ready to go. I just need to finish the arm design and print it. So maybe let's just do that, and then I'll take a break while things are printing, and then I'll probably come back later today to actually assemble it and see how easy it is to pick this guy up, and we'll also see how it attaches to the cable if that solution works. But this is great. Let's do it one more time. That's so fun. That is so fun. I also need to... Okay, wait. I'm going to put a quick little list together here. So there's a couple things I need to adjust so far. Okay, things to fix on Gondola. So we need to fix protruding screw head that prevents install of release mech. And honestly, again, the release mechanism itself is actually providing stability here. So realistically, we might not even need this part. Because this is quite good. What do you think? Maybe we just get rid of this part entirely. This part? Oh. No, I need this part to hold the acrylic on. That's right. Okay. Okay, good. See? So nice having it in hand. Oops. So nice having it in hand so we can determine things like that. Okay. So that's that. I need to fix the nail hole size for the trap door hinge. Currently too loose. Fix trap door clearance so that it doesn't get caught when reclosing the trap door, trap floor. Fix the hole size for the support beams. Currently too big and screw won't thread. It seems like it'd work, but I don't think it will. You'd have to have a double-headed screw, which does exist, but whose inner head is smaller than the outer one, which I don't know if it exists, and the hole on the leaf would have to be large enough to accommodate that inner smaller head. Yeah, and you know what? I think it could theoretically work just by using like a nut, right? Because you could have the screw going through with a nut acting as the second head. And so then you could actually install the screw onto the release hinge first, add the nut, and then tighten the whole unit. But adding that nut, you're gonna have to remove material so the nut is flush anyways. So since we're gonna do all that, we may as well just recess this thing. I think that is very elegant though. I think it would be cool, but sometimes um these screws cost basically nothing. So I have unlimited of these. So I'm happy to just use a couple more. But you know what? It's that kind of thinking though that I do think, ultimately speaking, if there's a scenario where you absolutely need to do it with one screw, it's really important to brainstorm through these ideas and figure out how you could make it work if need be, because you never know, you might come across a situation where that's exactly what you need and you've already figured out how to do it. So I love brainstorming that kind of stuff. Even if it's not worth it for this specific thing, it might be totally worth it in something else. Okay, so I think this covers all the current issues that we are facing with this design. Yeah. Yeah, so we are, maybe I'm going to currently to lose, probably make the hole in the actual door the one that is smaller. Um, could also use bigger nails too. So these are the things that we got to fix. So I don't need you to remind me of these specifics. Just remind me that there's a list, because I probably will forget that that I actually made this list. We'll see. So let's work on the arm again. Armageddon. I think the issue I'm having with this is I have a little bit too much material up top. So that I can't fix it there. I can fix it in this sketch probably. Yeah, I can just drag this down. Okay, that's better. Let's do it a little bit more. Oh, what? Oh, that's crazy that it's doing that. I'm not even gonna bother trying to fix the. Oh, actually, I am. I'm gonna bother. This. It's frustrating that this didn't stay centered. Oh, you know why? If I drag this to the center there, now that's locked in. Okay, good. And then let's just delete these for a second, and then finish that sketch. And then I'm actually going to go down here and I'm going to pull this up a little bit. Finish that sketch. And then we can go to here. We can go like this and like this. We can go like this and like this and like this. And like this and like this. Okay. And then we can go back into this sketch. Something crazy happened here. Let's make that perpendicular to this. And let's recenter this. Huh? Oh. Now we can recenter that. Beautiful. And let's once again make this perpendicular to this. Okay. See, my issue is I tend to not under constrain my drawings, and as a result, um, things get messed up when I start moving things around, but that's okay. At least I know why they tend to get messed up. Yeah. Yeah, that's working. Oh, that looks kind of cool. That looks kind of cool. Hi, what's up? Thank you. I got a little bit crispy, but no, that's okay. Thank you so much. I'm just finishing this last thing, and then I'm gonna take a bit of a break so we can do some stuff. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I love you. There's prosciutto on this, guys. Guys, pizza. See, we got the cupped, the pepperonis that cup, and then there's a little pool of oil in there. Oh. I'm so under constrained. Such a problem. Oh, you know what I think the issue is? I don't like how it goes skinny here. I think that would solve everything if I made it so that it doesn't go skinny there. So I'm thinking maybe I will get rid of this. Get rid of this. Actually, that looks kind of good. to me. I actually think the skinniness works when it's like this. And then the other thing I was thinking of doing is we can kind of add like a bit of a feature in this so it looks a little better. Is what the, is what the hair? Mm. Free hair leading to free. Did I say free hair? Wait, I'm so confused. But at some point, if you have extra filament, I consider printing a little leaf inserts for the window pieces. Oh, that is a good idea. I'm confused. Yeah, we can definitely. I think it's worth spending the time to make this look as adorable as possible. It's probably worth extending this down to be honest. Let's make this 150. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Um, and then make this a hundy. Okay. Okay. I don't exactly know what happened here. Oh, I see. Boom, baby. It's I honestly I would probably cut my hair short if my wife didn't highly recommend I keep it long. Um she gets the final say on that. Because it's very annoying. It's very annoying having long hair, especially like trying to do stuff. Oh my god, I just launched a pepperoni. Got oil all over my computer. Those darn little pepperoni cups filled with oil. Why would they get oil all over my stuff? I used to like you guys. Yeah, she's. I don't have to look at me. She has to look at me all day. So. And she used to be a hairdresser, so. Yeah, I certainly lucked out with the it's the German and Chinese combination, and so I have like really thick German hair but then it's black and really wiry like Chinese hair, so it's like basically indestructible. And it gets in everything, so everybody always gets mad at me. Because I do not brush it. I do not take care of it. Okay, what am I trying to do here? What was I thinking? I liked how long this was. Yeah, never. Although I have been enjoying cooking lately, but yeah, I could never be a chef. I think what I want to do. Okay, I think what I want to do is I want to create like a bit of an angle because I don't want this to stick out so far at this point. And I'm going to try something. I think I can just go like this. There. And then I can go like this. Just bring it back a tiny bit. Or I guess I may as well bring this back like pretty much all the way. And then continue that trend right up to there, but this time we do a new body. And then we combine these. And then we sketch here. And then we do a straight line like that. And then we do another one. I guess I'll go up a tiny bit, like maybe 4 mils. That. And then we'll do another one to here. And parallelize that to this. Right? And then we can get rid of this. Shoop. This is going to make printing a bit more annoying on this, but I think it's worth in this case because it's just going to take up a bit more material, but that's fine. What? Huh? Where are things not connecting here? Oh, probably here to here. That's it. For whatever reason, this line isn't. Okay, there we go. That's why. Yeah. I was thinking of doing this. This kind of deal. And I guess theoretically, if I just bring that like that works. And then what I'm planning on doing with this section is just deleting this from this. that. So this will have, this has a tiny bit of a curve to accommodate for that. Oh yeah. I think that looks quite good. Right? That looks pretty cool. And then I was thinking for just like making this look a little better. Hang on, I just want a quick bite of this. Hmm. It's so crunchy. She makes all different kinds of pizzas. This is the one she just uses like a pita. And so it's like super thin, super crunch, really nice. But then she also makes sourdough pizza dough. And we have the makeshift pizza oven. We can't use it right now because there's a fire ban, but um, that makes like such good, fluffy, tons of bubbles in the crust. Still pretty thin. I don't really like a thick crust, but that is so good. But it's, yeah, pita pizza is amazing. I I got to bring my parents a loaf of her sourdough this weekend, and they were very happy about it. So what I'm gonna do, I just want this to look a little bit more structural, and to do that hilariously is we're going to remove some material here. Like maybe, I think I'll go like this. That feels right to me. And then obviously I have to make sure there's enough material around here. Let's go with 12. Looks good there. And then we can extrude this back. I don't know, maybe like -5 millis. So it ends up looking more like a chunk of steel. Oh no, I didn't mean to cut into that bolt there. Oh yeah. See, that looks fresh. And let's just add a tiny little bit of this. So it looks cast. Our time in BC last year, we made more interesting by following the road to Fort Nelson. Oh my god, my mom is from Hazleton. Or she moved to Hazleton as a kid. And that's crazy. I've never been. Okay, let's go. Let's like do something here. You know what I mean? Let's just do something here. Her family owned the Chinese food restaurant up there uh, back in her day, and I think it might still be there, but it's it's obviously not her anymore because she is here. Okay. Super. Why is there a 1 there? Why is there a 1? Oh, I can do this. Oh. Super valid gondola. Center it. And if I go, oops, oops. I need I need there to be a space underneath. I think it was more like tasty Chinese. Wait, wait, what is tasty Chinese? Like more like North American style. Can I just do this and then just move this straight up? Ah, it's not gonna let me do it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I just do an offset, and I won't chain it. And then I do a text, and I select a path, and then I call it super valid. What do they what like I don't want to call it super valid gondolas. I want to call it like super valid express or something like. So what do you like? I guess like the big gondola in Whistler's called the Sea to Sky Highway. So I wanna have a name that's cooler like that. And then I gotta find a good font too, y'all. Oh, I mean typewriter might be the way to go. That looks pretty good. Bold? Ooh. I don't know about that actually. I mean that looks pretty darn classic. And I will print this with a different color. So it just looks super fresh. Oh, those are the actual two. Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. It's hilarious that you looked that up though. Oh, like that looks so good. I think that looks so good. Um, but I don't want to call it super valid gondola. So like, let's go like famous gondolas. Yeah, the peak to peak. Titless. Titless Rotair. Sugarloaf Mountain Gondola. I feel like Express, Super Valid Express. Like, oh, Tramway, Super Valid Tramway. Cable car, Super Valid Cable car. Super Valid. Like, what does Express look like? I feel like Express is kind of the right word. In Colombia, they call the Bogota Transmy cable. Mexicable. Tramway. Is that one word? Yeah. Super Valid Tramway. Okay, just gonna shrink the text to 13. Is that a good font? I kind of wish it didn't like bend the whole way. I wish it went flat there, but I don't know. It's fine. Yeah, give it a little more space. Okay, okay, wait. I like that name. Rodentram. Honestly, Rodentram Express is is pretty sick. The Rodentram Express is a good name. What do you think of that? It sounds like I feel like Super Valid Rodentram is too long. Super Valid. Like we would have to do it like that big. It just sounds like super legit. Um like that is what one of these would be called. And it sounds like it's like from rodent tram, but it's like got rodent in it, so two lines of text. Yeah, we can check that out. It's not letting me do it. I could do it. I would have to just like what about like SV? I mean I think Rodden Tram Express. Okay, let's look at some fonts here. Let's That looks more mousy, which is really funny. I don't know why. Mouse and Mover. Mouse and Mover is hilarious. I I I'm not gonna lie. The rod and trim. Oh, ooh. What's rod and trim? But tram is nice because it's a tramway. Oh, is it public domain now? Mickey Mover's hilarious as well. You know what? We can name the different cars. We can just name the different cars. So we could use different names. So I think the key to making this look good, like realistically debossed where it's sticking out. Oh, wait, I'm printing this flat so I can do that. Okay, good, 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 good. Let's just make it point 0.8. So we can get 2 layers. That's going to look so good. That's gonna look so good. I am loving this. Okay, now let's add. Oh, wait. I want to add the same sort of detent here, I think. Project. And what is this distance? 7.137. That's what I did? Okay. That's weird. Oh my god. I always forget I can do that. Oh, that's why I couldn't do that. So maybe if I go like this and actually bump it out a little bit. Okay, well, I'll just go the whole way. Oops. What? Are you kidding me? Okay, this is dumb. This is really dumb. I have to actually go in and delete these lines, I guess. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we are talking. Wait, what happened though? This is so weird. What do I do with this? Okay, I'll go like this, and then I can go like that. Okay, there we go. Was it 95 years? Okay, and then I take this and I extrude this down to this distance. Oh no, I can't do that yet. Okay, that's okay. I sketch on this surface. I project this line. I project this line. these lines. 5 mils, okay, nice. Offset this minus 5. Offset this 5 mils. Offset this minus 5, I guess. Weird, but that's okay. Trim this, trim this. And then I guess I can do a square to that point. And I do a straight line to there. And then I connect these little boys together. Nice, and then theoretically I can extrude this to there. And then I can extrude this to there. And then oops, that's fine. Okay, guys, I'm getting a little carried away with this. Getting a little carried away with this. Okay, can I just delete this? Nope. Oh my god. I don't even know if I like that. I think I might not do that. I think it looked better when it was just solid. Because I feel like that's how it would be cast anyways. Like, let's just do it like that. In the US, it's 95. I think it's shorter in Canada. It's so on fire. It's not that bad yet this year. Last year was crazy. Whoa, death plus 50 years could be longer than 95. If they like musicians, I guess. Okay. Let's just do it up here. So wait, what was this distance again? 7.137. Such a dumb arbitrary thing. Boom. 24. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm just going to go like this and make this equal to this. And then extrude this minus 5. I don't know if I like that. I think I would like it better if it was just an oval. Oh my god. Yeah, that looks better to me. That makes me feel so much worse. 8.99 of 32. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh, I messed up. Oh no. Well, yeah. Well, that's so funny. Okay, so I have a choice. I have a choice, right? Like I think this looks pretty good, and what's really cool is I can have like a number, like 1 or like 2, 3, 4, so we can number the cars. Um the problem I'm having is I forgot to do the keyholes so that this actually mounts on. But I could do the keyhole on this side, and then this can just have the bolts. Oh no, I can't. I can't. The keyhole has to be. Oh my god, I think I might have just made this so much harder for myself because I'm realizing this angle is going to prevent me from like slotting the thing on. It's going to prevent me from slotting the thing on. It doesn't matter which way the keyhole is. Dang it. It looks so good like this, though. I mean, I guess I could just... I could just have the keyholes. Because the only one that... All this... Oh, no. Yeah, it matters. It matters. No. What do I do? What do I do? What I think I'm going to do... I think I'm going to take a break. Because I want to eat this. And... Uh, I want to go just see what the wife's up to for a little bit. Um, and then I'll think about this. I did not anticipate this. I forgot that that was crucial for this design, as it needs to slot in. So yeah, let's just take a little bit of a break here. Be back maybe in wait, what time is it right now? I mean, it is 4:27. Um, let's just call it for today. I might just come on quickly to like get this printed, or I might just print it just off stream, just so I can get this done. But we'll see. I will. Okay, let's. I probably won't stream tomorrow, is what I'm thinking, just because I want to be very flexible. Um, if I'm feeling it and like we're just like I might toss the stream up, but I also don't really want to just leave my computer outside unattended. Um, so we'll see. I want to figure that out, but just assume I won't tomorrow. Um, yeah, and then tonight I think we'll probably just call it for today. But what I'll do instead, we'll stream on Tuesday for sure. We'll stream on Tuesday for sure because there's going to be a lot to catch up on. Hopefully, a lot of progress has been completed. So that's the plan for now. Um, that's the plan for now. So let's just assume that that's what's going to happen, and then obviously things very well may change. But if they do, I will just get back on stream. Um, so this was awesome though. This I mean this was longer than I didn't realize it was already like almost it's like 3.5 hours so far. Um, oh, almost 4 hours. So yeah, I think it's time I just take a bit of a break. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Um, Road and Tram Express is such a good name. That is that is a winner in my opinion. So let's just go with that for now. And so thank you for that. Thank you for that suggestion. Um, I think this thing looks good. I'm so excited. We got the trap door working. Everything's coming together. And then tomorrow hopefully we'll have a cable operable and we can actually try and hang this thing and see if it sits right and pivots and stuff like that. I also got to go buy the hardware for this, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning or something. We'll see. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good Sunday. Das Rodentram. Das Roden. Das Rodentram. Um, have a good Sunday. Take it easy, and we will see you in the week. Oh, yeah. Get those dots on that O. Get those dots on that O.